Welcome, dear friends, or I should say viewers. My name is Jem, and this channel discusses topics about life. I try to tackle, the drama and the struggles that we're going through, and I have been uploading some paranormal videos too, to show you that life continues after death. Now, I haven't been on for quite a while, and I thought I'd better explain the situation. My health has been, over this last month, in rapid decline. First of all, about a month ago, I was put on Tegatrol, or Tegatrol, however you pronounce it, and that was for my nerve pain, but I had very bad side effects, so I lost a week. So I was sick for a whole week out of it. Then I slowly started to get better. And for those of you who know me, who follow this channel, I complained over about a year ago, every now and then, that I had a bleed. That things have come to a head. The bleed is actually a urine. So I'm bleeding every time, not every time. It tends to be mainly at night when you're a bit dehydrated, you're not drinking, and I have quite a bit of blood in my urine, and sometimes that's happened during the day. So this has been happening for about the last 2 weeks. About a week ago, I had a telehealth appointment about 2:00 in the morning, and they thought UTI. So I then started, about a week ago, antibiotics. Now, I'm not sure whether the last few days I have been sick from the antibiotics or I'm sick from an infection. On top of that, I've now got a boil, and a boil is an infection. So obviously, although my urine is clearing up, my whole body is infected. So my autoimmune system is right down. Now, for those of you who know me, I'm a very spiritual person, and I'm not Louise Hayes. For those of you who know Louise Hayes, she wrote a little metaphysical book called Dis-ease. But I'm very much a believer in dis-ease. And I want to tell you why. In the medical terms, and I have been married to a doctor, I have studied Western medicine, and I have done some nursing training. So I do know a little bit about what I'm talking about. Infections are where the body has an angry reaction. So we're just talking about the body here. So it's inflamed, it's red, it's painful, and in my case, bloody urine. But it's anger. So infections are anger. And I'm very sorry to say this, because there's genuinely beautiful people out there with cancer, but anger, infections and cancer are all related. We are so much into our consciousness, we don't know what goes in our subconsciousness. And for those of you who have been following my channel, you know that at times I've expressed that I'm not happy where I'm living. There used to be one house here, and instead they turned it into, they bought the house, when the house, the last person died, they bought the estate and they turned that into 16 units. And sound just travels. You can hear someone else goes to the toilet. That's how soundproof these things are. And you can hear my neighbour open and close her closet. And I've had other issues with neighbours, so I'm waiting on a transfer to move. Now, it's not their fault that neighbours are noisy. They don't know. They're not living down here, so they don't know the impact that it's having on me. But it's having a big impact because a lot of this, because of my chronic fatigue and chronic pain and a lot of other chronic illnesses, I go to bed quite early and I need quite a lengthy sleep. And other people don't need that sleep. But just sidetracking here, it's very interesting that I watched a documentary that if you believe in the higher power, God, that the time a higher power speaks to you is from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. So that's when we're supposed to be having our best sleeps. That's when we're supposed to be clearing away toxicity and what's going on in our subconscious. Well, not everybody like me sleeps like me, do we? We all go to bed at different times. And my neighbour happens to be, say, midnight and a 5 o'clock ariser. And she is, I don't think she realises just how noisy she is, because I think she's partly deaf. And this place is for seniors. So with seniors comes issues of deafness. You know, we're getting old. We can't walk gently as we used to. So we make noise. Now, I have a dog that sleeps in the bed with me. And about 4 o'clock in the morning, or even late at night when we go to bed, she starts to shake and vibrate and just constantly want to lick me on the lips, you know, because she's anxious. Well, she doesn't know. She can't reason that what's coming from upstairs, this noise, she just, to her, it could be a thunderstorm. It's just anxiety. And I'm trying my hardest to lie there and to be peaceful and to be calm. But meanwhile, I'm just getting angrier and angrier. And if you've watched some of my videos before, I talked about forgiveness. And every night I try and say, please forgive my anger. Please forgive the neighbour upstairs. Help her to find some peace. Obviously, she's got issues, so help her heal all of us. I try to do that, but obviously, subconsciously, I'm very pissed off. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a urinary tract infection. And I've obviously had this rage, and I'm admitting it to you guys because I like to have integrity. I like to be honest. And for me to have off and on intermittent bleeds, which I've now found out is a urinary tract infection, shows I've been pissed off for a very long time. And it's all very well and good to take antibiotics, but when I'm taking antibiotics, I'm killing the good as well as the bad bacteria. So then we have to go into pro and prebiotics, and before you know it, I'm spending a lot of money that I don't have. And why I'm talking about this is it's all well and good for now, the antibiotics are getting rid of an infection, but I've got a boil, and a boil is red, infected, angry, because I'm angry. And I try so hard to be peaceful. I have come to a place now that this lady is specifically bad early Tuesday morning. So instead of getting all worked up now, I've just started to thought, I can't handle this. So I'll move because I've only got a single bedroom, I'll move out of my bedroom Tuesday mornings and I'll lie on the couch while she makes her noise. Like she needs, for some reason, 2 hours to prepare to just walk across the road for a 10-minute coffee session with people who aren't even her friends, none of my business. That's my rage. So I need to forgive. I need to get rid of this anger. That's what I'm saying. So until I look at the cause root of infection, which is anger, antibiotics is only a band-aid. Not that I'm saying that medicine doesn't have its use. And the other thing is, I wanted to tell you, can you please leave a comment below if this is happening to you, because I live on the Sunshine Coast, which is in Queensland, which in Australia. And at the moment, my pharmacy is having difficulty getting Maxalt. Now, Maxalt or Rixalt is used for migraines, and sometimes I think it's used for pain, I'm not sure, but I use it for migraines. And the pharmacy has been out of stock of Maxalt for months. Now, when I get angry, I also get a headache. So I am now forced to take aspirin, and I'm entering a vicious circle because aspirin is a blood thinner. So here I am having got blood in my urine, and I'm taking aspirin. Double whammy, folks. The other thing that the pharmacy is short on stock is certain antibiotics. And I would just like you to leave a comment. Is this happening in other countries? Because that's very alarming. They told me, especially children's antibiotics, that they're having trouble getting. Anyway, back to my story. I thought I better make an appearance and just let you know what's going on. So a few weeks ago, as you all know, I gave my life over to a higher power. You may want to call God your higher self, or you might want to call it divine love, like I do. And I asked divine love to heal me. But obviously, subconsciously, I'm still pissed off. So can you please, I'm asking you, tell me, Jen, I've got to address this situation. I'm trying, but subconsciously, I think I need to go every night and say, I release all the anger and I forgive. Even though I am doing that every night, I think I need to do it more, because the body outward signs is what's the brain. So in other words, disease comes from emotions. I know, except, okay, yes, you could argue infection is caused by a pathogen, then that's true. But if I'd been in a healthier mental state, my immune system would be higher, and that pathogen wouldn't have had a chance to enter my body, I believe. But because I'm angry, but there again, that side effects of that drug that I've had has lowered my immune system. So maybe I was going to get some sort of infection anyway. Let me know what you think about this. Am I just speaking BS, do you think? Because a lot of other people like me think this too. And yeah, as I said a couple of weeks ago, I did ask, and I do it every night. I thank, for me, God is the divine source of love. And I thank God for the day I've had. I thank Him for healing. Oh, when I use the word him, I'm sorry. I'm going to use the word they, because we are all, when we go back to the source, we are all. So I'm going to use the pronoun they. So I thank they, because I don't like to use it, because that's, to me, demeaning God. So I thank they. I ask for healing, not only for me, my dog, my family, my friends, and I ask for a light of divine love to come into the world, that we all may be healed. Anyway, my friends, that's why I haven't been on. Now, tomorrow I won't be on, I don't think either, because tomorrow I go and get a Buvidal injection, and I'll be following up this so-called UTI, because we don't really know, because my urine wasn't tested. It was just a telehealth appointment, a doctor over the phone taking my symptoms. Oh, you've got blood in your urine, therefore you must have a urinary tract infection. But for those of you who know, like I've said, this nerve is about my 5th bleed. And for a post-menopausal woman who's had a hysterectomy, I now know at least it's in my urine. And as I said the other night, according to my doctor, there's only 3 causes: trauma, infection, or cancer. So I'm going to find out tomorrow a bit more, because if this keeps coming back, there's something wrong. If I keep getting infection after infection, there's something wrong with my immune system. And I also believe, because I've got chronic illnesses, that the medication I'm taking, your body is like a war zone, because your body has your own natural medicine to fight things. It has endorphins to fight pain, and I'm taking Buvidal for pain, and things like that. It has its own body produces its own natural medicines in different types of hormones or chemicals, but we have become to rely so heavily on the pharmaceutical company that I'm wondering whether all the drugs I'm taking is making me sick as well as trying to make me well. I'm being weakened. Excuse me a minute. Shush, Sazi. That's my dog. She's just scratching in the background. And leave a thought about that. What do you think? Do you think, that we are an ill society and we're being made chronically unwell? Because I do. Anyway, yes, tomorrow excuse me a minute, Sahara. I'm sorry. She's just scratching away while I'm talking. So tomorrow I'm going to the doctor, following up on this so-called UTI, following up on my Buvidal injection, and then Friday I'll be traveling to see my son. Hold on a minute. Saz, stop it. And I'll be staying with my son till the following Wednesday. So I may or may not be on. You'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, I hope that everything is going well for you guys. Know that I am thinking of you. Know that I am very grateful for any views that I get. And I've also been helping a lady who's grieving over the loss of her mother. And for those of you, again, who know me, I'm still not over my grief. All these things lower your resistance to getting sick. That's why we need to ask for divine help to heal. The whole world needs help in healing. It can't hurt to ask, can it? We're fractured, broken, diseased society. Okay, I'm done. Remember, every life matters. Cherish every moment. Love the best you can. And I love you. And thanks again for watching. Bye. Have a lovely Wednesday.